Welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the Snode AD80 Adjustable Dumbbells, one of the only drop-proof adjustable dumbbells on the market, and today we'll be putting that claim to the test. Stay tuned. Snode sent me these to test and review, and although no money exchanged hands, YouTube wants that paid endorsement watermark included anytime something of value is received for free. I am under no obligation to give these a positive review, and I am not an affiliate for Snode. So here we go. About 2 months ago, I reviewed the TrueLap adjustable dumbbells, and in that video I said, if I was in the market for a handle-style adjustable dumbbell, it would be between these, the new bells, and the Snodes. As luck would have it, there was an email from the Snode team that ended up in my spam folder for quite some time asking me to review these dumbbells. When I replied, I wasn't sure if I would hear anything back because so much time had elapsed, but Snode replied and they sent these dumbbells out the very next day. This was a somewhat frustrating shipping experience, not because of Snode, but because of my good old buddy FedEx. However, there is a silver lining. This shipping experience shows how well made the Snodes are. The dumbbells traveled from the West Coast to the East Coast, and I got one of the dumbbells in 9 days after it shipped. When the dumbbells were about 100 miles away from me, they got separated. The second dumbbell sat in the same location for 2 extra days. Usually this is an indication that something is either damaged or lost, but then I did get a notification that the shipment was out for delivery, and I wanted to be here to accept that delivery. However, it never showed up. The next day, I had another out for delivery notification. About midday, my wife called me as she was pulling into the driveway and said FedEx has their back door open and it looks like he's going to drop the box off at the end of the driveway. I walked out and waved to him, and he got back in the truck and backed in. When he got out, he told me he had a box for me, but it's not in good condition. And he said he tried to deliver the previous day, but couldn't find the box in the back of his truck. When he opened the back door, the box was in better shape than I expected, but it was hanging on by a thread. I offered to help the driver move the box to the garage, and he welcomed the help. I couldn't believe that he admitted to this, but he said a lot of times with these heavier packages, rather than moving them close to the house, they'll just push them out of the back of the truck and drive away. Now, I kind of understand a 130-pound person having trouble moving a 100-pound box, but FedEx should supply them with tools to help moving these heavy packages if they already don't. When I got the dumbbells in the garage, I could see the plates through the one box that arrived late. I was worried a plate or two may have even slipped out. But aside from the side of the box that sustained damage, the dumbbells were packed nicely and securely with thick styrofoam inserts and cutouts for each portion of the dumbbell. The first thing that really impressed me was the cast iron dumbbell trays. These are extremely well made. I immediately wanted to compare them to the TrueLap trays and started off by weighing them. The Snode trays came in at 15 pounds apiece, and the TrueLap trays came in at 9 pounds apiece. The trays are about the same length. The TrueLap tray is a little bit wider, but the Snode tray is much more heavy duty. The cast iron plates are very nice and have a textured feel. The directions were very easy to follow as you start with the outside plates. The outside plates have a cutout that locks them into the tray. Next, the plates are ordered from 6 to 1, and rather than moving each plate individually, I just grabbed all 6 and moved them out of the box and into the trays. The magnets are super nice, and the final step was to insert the handle. I wasn't entirely sure the dumbbell that arrived late would work, but to my surprise, it was good and adjusted to every setting. When lifting the entire stack of plates, I did notice some flexion between each plate, especially with the plates closest to the handle. I am not going to baby these, but at the same time, I'm not going to be excessively hard on them. I'm going to use them the same way that I would use my fixed set, starting with 40 pounds. They feel balanced. And now, first drop. For warm-up set number 2, I'm jumping up to 65 pounds. First off, the dial still works after dropping the dumbbell loaded with 40 pounds. Now to hit 65 pounds, I have to put the magnets on here. And because I'm not moving the full 80 pounds, the dumbbell needs to be removed from the tray, and then the magnets put onto the dumbbell. And the only place that I want the magnets are on the actual plate, so it's an extra step. The magnets do stick on the plates pretty securely, and it takes a little bit of strength to actually get it off of the plate. Now, because I wanted to take the dumbbells from my shelf instead of the floor, I've had to take the tray and put it on the floor. Now let's see how these magnets feel on my legs. Not great. They've already slid a little bit off to each side. But 65 pounds feels good. The knurling feels good. As I mentioned earlier, they feel balanced. Now, I'm sure what everybody wants to see, the drop test. 65 pounds with magnets. Here you can see how well the magnet stayed in place. One actually came off. So now I've put the dumbbell trays back on my dumbbell stand. I've got to remove the magnets to put the dumbbell back in the tray. Still works. Now it's time for an 80-pound drop test. Without the magnets, the plates do feel comfortable against the thighs. All right, here we go. This is how I would normally dump a dumbbell. Everything appears to be intact, and both dials still work. If this dumbbell gets damaged, I don't think it's going to come from curls, lateral raises, or rows. I think it's going to come from flat pressing, because the incline press is a lot easier to get into position and then to bring the dumbbells back down. The dumbbell is still working great after those drop tests. And here's another drop test. The dial still working. Of course, this is just initial testing. It will take weeks, months, and even years to determine if the Snodes can continue to be dropped like that, but this will hopefully give you a little peace of mind that at 80 pounds, they can be dropped. I continued to press and drop the dumbbells for multiple sets, and there was no indication of the dumbbell sustaining any damage. After each set, I checked to see if the dial was still in working order, and all was good. The Snodes make supersetting and drop setting seamless, as it only takes seconds to adjust the weight. And I feel confident enough in the dumbbell to perform exercises like the overhead tricep extension. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard of anyone's Snodes breaking. However, I've heard quite a few people report their new bells have broken. Back for another workout with the Snodes. Today is pull day. I am really happy to see that the tray doesn't come along with the dumbbell, and with the magnets on the dumbbell, I have 85 pounds. I think for a quarter to half of the people, this will be enough weight. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people have this style dumbbell, and then they get the Iron Masters for everything over 100. It certainly feels like a real fixed dumbbell. Time for a shake test. I really like that click. In addition to the window, it lets you know that you're in the right setting. Here's 30 pounds. For curls at 30 pounds, I don't need to make a pronounced arm movement in order to clear my body. Now I've gone up to 35 pounds with the magnets attached. The magnets are much more user-friendly for exercises like curls and lunges when I don't need to kick the dumbbells off of my thighs. And I do require a little bit wider of an arm path because the magnets do stick out just a little over an inch. So I think a design like the PlateMate, a donut-style shaped magnet, would have made more sense. I'll conclude this back day with some shrugs. Snode is one of the only drop-proof adjustable dumbbells, and Snode guarantees that up to 32 inches, the dumbbells have a 2-year warranty, and repair kits are available if anything breaks. The plates are cast iron, as are the trays. A 50-pound stand is sold separately for $259. The plates have a dovetail design to help lock them together. The inner rod is aluminum, and the gears are a combination of some metal and some plastic. The adjustment dial is plastic, and luckily, there is a window showing the dumbbell setting. The handle has a passive knurling, but it offers enough grip. The handle is 4 3/4 inch long. The handle's diameter is 1.5 inches long, and it has a circumference of 4.5 inches. So when I add the 1 pound 1/2 inch Rogue add-on change plates, it's just too tight of a fit. I typically don't like the feedback of anything on the handle against my hand. So the handle is about the same circumference and diameter as the TrueLapse, but it's about a 1/4 inch shorter. The Snode's handle is thicker than my Iron Masters and fixed set, and while I prefer a thinner diameter handle, the Snodes still work for me. The handle on the Snodes is as thick as I want to go for any bar or dumbbell. I typically don't like thick bars, and I don't like things like fat grips. If I'm going to work my forearms, I'm going to do it with wrist curls, and as I mentioned in my TrueLap video, I've got a joint in my thumb that gets aggravated with a fat grip. The Snodes have a width of 6 3/4 of an inch, while my fixed set of 80s has a width of 7 1/2 inches. The Snodes will roll because of the round plate design, unlike my fixed set. When fully loaded, the Snodes are 18 1/2 inches long. My fixed 80-pound dumbbell is 14 1/2 inches long, and my 40-pound fixed dumbbell is 12 inches long. Originally, the Snodes were selling for $1,000. Presently, they're selling for $795 with free shipping, and there is a $20 coupon available if you sign up online. So that puts them right on par with most other adjustable dumbbells, and there are extended warranty options. And to compare these to a fixed set, if I was to purchase a set of Rogues from 10 to 80 in 10-pound increments, it costs $16.55 with shipping. I won't weigh each selection, but here are a couple to test for accuracy. Here's 80 pounds, 81. Next up, 40 pounds, 40.2. So these Snodes are pretty accurate. The biggest critique for this dumbbell is the 10-pound jump from setting to setting. Snode attempted to fix this with their magnets, but their magnets need to be designed more like the plate mates. Unfortunately, 2 pair of plate mates runs $120, but if you just so happen to have 2 pair of plate mates laying around, this dumbbell may be the way to go for some people. The other critique for this dumbbell is that 80 pounds may not be enough for some people, and 10 pounds may not be light enough for others, especially someone who is rehabbing. So your goals will determine the best dumbbell for you. There are some people who will never go over 80 pounds on any exercise, and there are some people who warm up with 80 pounds on some exercises. Even though the Snodes are drop proof, and I have demonstrated that, I would feel more comfortable dropping them on crash pads. Unfortunately, I sold mine. Of course, there's the space-saving and cost-saving aspect that comes along with adjustable dumbbells, but that could be at the expense of long-term durability. This fixed set is over 30 years old with thousands of drops. It will be interesting to see how the Snodes hold up after years of use, but I hope I have shown in this video that the Snodes are not super fragile like some adjustable dumbbells. Now that I have the Snodes, I'm impressed with them. They held up to FedEx, and they held up to my testing, so they are durable. They feel balanced like a fixed dumbbell, they adjust quickly, and so far they're drop proof. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful or entertaining, please consider liking the video and leaving a comment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. If any of my videos or reviews have helped you, please consider using one of my affiliate links that can be found in the description of this video. You can find me on Instagram at Home Gym Hacks and Reviews, and remember, if your equipment lacks, I got the hacks. Take care, everyone.